Well, anybody here from the army? Yeah, I believe you. Yeah. Well, Mr. Brel spent a little while in the army, and he was inspired to write this next tune, if inspired is the correct word. And it's a song, I suppose, anti-war song, with some of the most beautiful lines you're ever likely to hear in a song. It contains the momentous lines. I swear on the wet head of my first case of gonorrhea. It's his ugly voice that I forever hear. Next. Next. You're next. Next. Naked as sin, and on my towel covering my belly, some of us blush, somehow knees turning to jelly. Next, next, I was still just a kid. There were 100 like me. I followed those naked bodies followed me. Next, next, I was still just a kid when my innocence was lost in a mobile army whorehouse, gift of the army, free of cost. You're next. Next. Me, I really would have liked just a little touch of tenderness, maybe a word, a smile, a moment's happiness, but oh no. Next, next. Oh, it wasn't so tragic. The high heavens didn't fall, but how much of the time I had it being there at all. Next, next. Now I always will recall the brothel truck, the flying flags, the queer lieutenant who slapped their asses as if we were fags. Next, you're next, you're next, you're next, you're next. I swear on the wet head of my first case of gonorrhea, it's as ugly a voice that I've ever heard. Next, next. That voice that stinks of corpses, of whiskey and of mud. It is the voice of nations. It's the thick voice of blood. Next, next, next. And since that moment, each woman I take to bed seems to laugh in my arms and whisper through my head. Next. You're next. Next. You're next. You're next. Oh, the naked and the dead should hold each other's hands as they watch me scream at night in a dream no one can understand.